human resource is treated as a very good resource for any of the organization, and the most important thing to do any planning is you need to have an objective. Now when we go with staffing, what exactly staffing is? Selecting right person at a right time for a right job. Human resource management is also hiring people for future, which will always help them to actually perform the job better as well as efficient way. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Abhilash Chandra from the Department of Commerce and Management in Vidyashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. Welcome to all the students for the fourth session of HRM 1, that is Human Resource Planning. Now here we need to understand that human resource is treated as a very good resource for any of the organization. So here in this session we're gonna talk about the human resource planning and its process. Now when we go with human resource planning and process, I always go with a flow chart. The flow chart is like this. The first one and the most important thing to do any planning is you need to have an objective, that is what exactly to be done. Now when you have set an objective or you are focused on an objective, then you will understand that why is that we are planning. The same way human resource planning process starts with an objective, that is objective of HRP. Now that objective will lead to the next one, that is the current manpower inventory. Now how many people you need, and after that to accomplish those objectives, that is what, how many people. Then you need to forecast the demand and supply, that is will it happen or not, on what basis it will happen, is there any demand for human resources or supply is more or demand is more. Now you should understand whether it is surplus or deficit. Then you need to understand the gap, how much you have and what really the project is all about, that is called manpower gaps. Then followed by the employees plan, how an employee should be, what are the works to be given to him, will he work or not, all those you need to understand. Then give him proper training and development. See, training and development is very needed, because I told you even in human resource development, that is HRM 2, I always tell about training, where what are the advantages of training. Please do watch the advantages of training. Link will be provided below. You are supposed to just go click there. And lastly is what, appraisal of manpower planning, that is now you will get to know that whether it is really benefited or not. So that means what, you will evaluate, you will start evaluating. So this is what the entire process is. When I say process, it is a continuously design from the first point to the seventh point. If you go with it again from the seventh, it is the first one. So it is what, a continuous process. It is what, it's a continuous process which keeps on going. So firstly is what, objectives. Next is you need to understand how many manpower you really require, that is you need to calculate to accomplish any objective. Then we are supposed to forecast the demand and supply. When demand for the job is more and supply is less, that means what, you are in deficit. Demand is less but there are more people who are there, supply is more, that is called surplus. And manpower gap, that is what will determine whether it is deficit or it is surplus. Then you are supposed to go for a proper employees plan, give them training and development, and then the last one is performance appraisal. So we'll go one by one, we'll check what exactly these things are. The first one of human resource process, that is determining the objectives. Determining what? Determining the objectives. When we start determining the objectives, the foremost step, that is what, determining the objective is what, a foremost step in every process is to determination of the objectives for which the process is to be carried on. Now why we should go for it? So you should have an objective, clear set of objective. The objective for which the manpower planning is to be done should be defined precisely so as to ensure that a right number of people for the right kind of a job are selected. Now here you need to understand the word staffing. Now when we go with staffing, what exactly staffing is? Selecting right person at a right time for a right job. Now here also when you go for an objective of manpower planning, what is that we should do is we need to go for right number of people. Say example, to accomplish an objective you need 100 people. You need to actually go with 100 people, but what type of people you want? You want skilled people, you want unskilled people, you are supposed to determine that. That's the reason you are supposed to have an objective first. Secondly, when we go with it, it is analyzing. Analyzing what? Analyzing current manpower inventory. That is currently what is that manpower we have, and we are supposed to go for that. So the next step is to analyze the current manpower supply in the organization through the stored information about the employees in the terms of their experience. So you will collect their experience, proficiency, skills and other requirements required to perform a particular job. Now what is a job culture you really require? What are the things to be done? Now you will find out that what data you have in your MIS, that is Management Information System. We call it as MIS. Now everything is digital now. So you will see and you will check that what type of people you have, that is the current manpower inventory you have. Are they experienced? Are they qualified? Are they skilled? Are they professions? Now you will understand each and everything, and then you will analyze that whether they are suitable for the job or not. If they are, you're gonna take it. If they are not, now you are supposed to again do an analysis of whom all you can hire or recruit. Next one is forecasting the demand and supply of human resources. Now once the inventory of talented manpower is maintained, the next step is to match the demand for the manpower arising in future with the supply or available resources with the organization. When we understand this, please do try to understand that human resource management is not just hiring people for present. Human resource management is also hiring people for future. That is, you need to take a keen observation about keeping them in the present as well as using them in the future. So when there is a demand and supply, what happens is you are supposed to know that how many employees you can actually hire and how many employees you can keep it even for present as well as for future. Here the required skills of personnel. What is the meaning of the word personnel? Personnel means staff. For the particular job are matched with the job description and specification. Now what is this job description and job specification? If you go with it, job description is a written kind of a format where what that person should go through, all those will be written. What the job is all about, how it should be done, everything will be written. Job specification means specifically they are concentrating only on that kind of a work. So whatever is very important, those words will be actually written in the job specification. So we have what? The required skills of personnel for a particular job are matched with the job description and the job specification of an employee. HRP process, the next one here we have is analyzing the manpower gaps. Now understand there are two terms called deficit and surplus. So you need to match how many or how much gap the people will actually go with. First one, say example I gave you in the beginning. We require 100 people to finish an objective, but we got to know that there are already 300 applications or 300 people who are ready to do it. Now this is called as surplus. Now the same example, if we go with it and we'll twist some kind of a mode, that is 100 people we require, but we have only people like 20. Now 80 more we are supposed to find out. Now it is called deficit. So this is what the gap which you are supposed to estimate. Now here analyzing the manpower gap after forecasting the demand and supply, the manpower gap can be easily evaluated. How? in case the demand is more than the supply, of human resources, that means there is a deficit, and thus new candidates are to be hired. So when demand is more and supply is less, it is called deficit. You are supposed to hire more people. The next criteria is, whereas if demand is less than supply, there arises a surplus in the human resources, and hence the employees have to be removed. One thing is what? They should be removed either in the form of termination, retirement, layoff, or transfer to some other department or some other branches. So these are called as the filling the manpower gap. Now I told you about surplus, I have told you about deficit. When it comes to deficit, it's a good one that you will hire more new recruitees, but if it is surplus, I'll tell you, that particular time you are supposed to have a cold heart and you need to fire people, lay off, or tell them to get voluntarily retired. Now who are those people? The people who are not so efficient. Now those people should be removed first, is what a manager will always feel like. Now after this analyzing the manpower gap, we have employment plan action, that is plan or action plan. Now what is employment plan or action plan? Once the manpower gap are evaluated, the action plan is formulated accordingly. In the case of a deficit, the firm may go either for recruitment, training, interdepartmental transfer plans, whereas in the case of surplus, the voluntary retirement schemes, redevelopment, transfer, layoff could be followed. That means now we know that in the manpower plan as well as in the gap, we got to know how much is the demand and how much is the supply. After that, we are supposed to actually have an employment plan for those people who are surplus. When we go with surplus people, now what is that? They have also worked for us. Now we are supposed to have some kind of feelings towards them, as well as we need to show the gratitude. Now what is that you will do? That is, you gonna create something called the voluntary retirement schemes, redevelopment. Again, layoff will happen, but before that you will go for compensation. After that is training and development. That means now you have 100 people who can work for you. Now what is that you should do first is, now start giving them training and development. So other people are all rejected, or layoff or voluntary retirement is given. Now 100 people are there. Now you are starting your job so that you can achieve your objective. So the training is not only for the new joinees, but also for the existing employees who are required to update their skills from time to time. After the employment plan, the training programs are conducted to equip the new employees as well as the old ones with the requisite skill to be performed on a particular job. Now here what happens is, it's not just for the new employees, it is also for people who are already existing as an employee. Now try to understand why. Because the objective what we have said, probably they don't have any experience. Even if they have experience, they can attend and they should attend training, because some extra updates or feedbacks will be given on the training session, which will always help them to actually perform the job better as well as efficient way. After that, we have the last few things, that is appraisal of manpower planning. That is the last point here. Finally, the effectiveness of the manpower planning process is to be evaluated. Here the human resource plan is compared with its actual implementation to ensure the availability of number of employees for several jobs. At this stage, the firm has to decide the success of the plan and control the deficiency, if any. Now here I need to understand, everything is done, the last one is the appraisal part. Now you need to match the original plan and what exactly is happening. If you have surpassed that, whatever you thought, and you have done something better than that, now that is a high five. You are supposed to be relaxed, because whatever you have planned, you have achieved it. If not, You are supposed to learn from your own mistakes. So this is the human resource planning process where we have covered all the 7 points. After this, again we are supposed to go with the next plan, that is again set an objective and go with the process, because human resource planning is not just a planning, it is a process. If you have any doubts regarding this, please do call us. We are always there to help you. Thank you so much, students. I'll see you when I see you.